Hi, and welcome to Crypto Crazy. I'm Cal, and today I'm going to talk about a new project called Covalent. Now, this is quite exciting and it's going to have its ICO soon, but I just want to go into the details of what it is, what it's doing, what it's achieving, what it's done so far. It's got some great partnerships already, and how you can partake in the ICO as well. There's three different options, so I'll get onto that too. So here we have it. We have Covalent. Now, this isn't a new project. Like a lot of great projects, they've been around since the end of 2017. So they've been working hard at this, and they do have a lot to show for it. And only now are they doing their ICO. And I like these types of projects because it isn't just an idea or a concept and they're going to be building towards it. These sort of projects have already shown that they can do what they do. And that's where I think you have more possibility for it to grow, because they do have a lot of that traction as well, especially considering that they've been doing this for more than 3 years. So as it says here, one unified API, 1 billion possibilities. Covalent provides an unified API bringing visibility to billions of blockchain data points. So what does that mean? There are a number of blockchains out there, and they have so many data points, and there are databases as well. And Covalent, like the covalent bond, brings those together. So it joins things that usually cannot be joined. So all the data that is out there on the blockchains or the databases or the various things, Covalent will bring that together. And so that data can be used in various ways. There are so many projects that are already using this for their own needs, and they do subscribe to the various Covalent programs that they have to be able to get that information and use that information as well. So let's just go into this and look at this. The blockchains that are supported, there are a number already: Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, two of the biggest. There are many others as well, and there are other teams that are working on this as well. I mean, Polkadot, as it says, coming soon. So there are a number that they are working with. There are a number of projects as well. And if you have a look at their partners too, it says over 100 projects building and succeeding with Covalent API. So in one way or another, CoinGecko using it, Balancer, and they vary. So if you think about it, CoinGecko, where they show you listings, where they show you the coins data. If you have a look at something like PokerStart, which is a launch pad. If you have a look at Balancer or 0x, which are decentralized exchanges, and it says 80 more. So there are so many different types of projects that are using this. And like I said, a number of blockchains that are supported too. So I think that is quite exciting. So here it's talking about the statistics behind it. And again, it's pretty impressive. 25 billion rich transaction index, including every transaction since Genesis for 6 blockchains. So that is every single little bit of detail ever for these blockchains can be accessed. It's talking about 200k plus smart contracts available with internal data structures for querying. So anything that you do want to know, so the data can be there in a raw form. But if you wish to query that data, they have more than 200,000 smart contracts to be able to do that. If you want something specific and you said, well, this is the sort of data that I want, could you tell me this? That will tell you that exactly. More than 30,000 price feeds for fiat and crypto pairs. Again, if you're looking for anything to do with how cryptocurrencies are performing, where different data points will be, and it refreshes every 30 seconds. So that is quite up to date. And data is key. If you want to use data to be able to build something, I think it's so important. And this is why I think this project is so important as well. So it allows you to use your own API and build it as well. It talks about the different projects that they are using as well. It shows it here, and you can have a look at the use cases for them as well, how they're actually using it. So these projects, like for example, it says Chain Guardian, they've got the previous one, Zerion and Reef, how they're actually using the data that Covalent is able to allow them to use and to query for their own projects. And I'll add these links in so you can actually go into the various details and read about it as well. So I think overall a great project, like I was mentioning. So they've also got a token for staking and governance coming soon as well. And again, I think that's quite important. It's always good to have a governance coin, a staking coin, so that you can earn while you hold it. Not only are you holding it for the increase, it's almost like you are earning more Covalent tokens as well. And obviously governance for any sort of decisions that need to be made for the project as well. So have a look at the early backers. Look who is in there. Some of the biggest companies out there: Binance Lab, Coinbase Ventures, and some others. And it says view all. And when you click on it, you can see many others as well. So I think overall, clearly, these guys can see that this is going to be quite an important project, quite a project that will grow a considerable amount. So definitely worth doing. And I like this: organizing the world's blockchain information with you. I like that statement, where there is so much out there, and yes, you can go in and you can query and you can look for it, but this project is organizing it for you, so you can really see what you need to see, find out what you need to find out. And I think that overall is a great thing to do as well. So it certainly, if I'll go into the details of the ICO, but certainly if you can get into that, I think for me, I think it's great. Now the team behind it as well, I think is great. This guy Ganesh Swami, I've got let me just show you here a great interview that he's done with CoinGecko. It's about 40 minutes long, but definitely worth listening to. He goes into great detail as to how this was created, what it does, why it's doing what it's doing. It goes into even more detail about the partnerships and the applications of that data and how they do use it. So definitely worth, I think, listen to that. And like I said, I will add that link into the descriptions. So a lot of things to kind of consume. There are a lot of details, but definitely worth doing that. So I'll include that. But just a few highlights here. So it says complete granular visibility. So down to the smallest point of detail that is available, that has been recorded, that is the granularity that you are able to get. Now, anyone who's worked with data will know how important that is. That isn't just broadly saying, this is generally what the number is for this category. It's going to say, if you want to see every single little tiny bit of detail, we can do that for you. Multiple blockchains, like I've said. So they've got 6 where they have every single bit of detail since the start, and it's the big blockchains, the big blockchains. However, as that grows, they will get even more data within there. So it will have more data points, will have more blockchains as well. A marketplace for use cases. So that in itself is exciting. The developers can create their own APIs, so it becomes a marketplace for what you need. So they have all of this data, they have all of these smart contracts that allow you to query it, but you can create, or developers will be able to create APIs and it become a marketplace, so that if any sort of certain use is required, you can find it within that marketplace and you can use that API on top of what they're doing to be able to get that detail. Now here there's the tokenomics. There's nothing quite surprising. It's quite what you would expect for the ecosystem. Staking, they have a reserve, some for the team, the private sale, the public sale that will be coming out as well, like I mentioned. And I'll just quickly go into details about that as well. The technical facts, like I was saying, you don't need to code for it as well. You can have one IPI for multiple blockchains as well. So it's not like you're querying one and then you have to query another with a different API. It's the same one. And I'll include, like I say, I'll include this. You can read it at your own leisure. You can kind of go through the details of it as well. So like I said, the ICO, if you wish to do partake in it, you can get it on CoinList. You can register for it. You have to complete your details. And then there are 3 different options that you have to partake in. And like most, you have a lockup period as well. So if you go for option 3, it's locked up for 24 periods, but it's released over that period of time. Option 2 is locked up for 12. Again, it's released over that time. and option 1 is freely tradable, and you have different purchase limits as well. So there is a maximum amount that you can get, and considering that it is locked up for longer, obviously that is reflected in the price of it too. So definitely worth considering that. And just generally, I think in terms of the community, they have a considerable number of followers on. But I think this is one of those sort of coins where, because they have all these partnerships, it's not so much about the community boosting it. It is that they are working as a company. I think the community just reflects that how much people do like it, how much people are following what they are doing. And like it says, they joined in 2018, early 2018, so they've been around for a while, and they've been updating the people who've been following them with what they're doing as well. So there you have it. That is Covalent. Again, I think it's quite an exciting project. I like what they're doing. Obviously, these type of projects do start at a higher market cap when they go out. There are a lot of small projects that do start off in the hundreds of thousands in terms of market cap, and yes, that they do grow quite a considerable amount. I've covered some of those, SafeMoon being the biggest example of those. However, with projects like this, where they have been around for a while, where they have demonstrated that they're able to do what they are doing, then clearly they do start off with a higher market cap, and this one is starting off around about 20 million. So that is why it is higher. But there you go. That's Covalent. As always, if you have enjoyed that, if you have found it useful, I try to bring you as much value as possible. So please do give me a like if you have found that valuable. Do consider subscribing. I do bring out quite a wide range of videos, usually new projects, small projects that I think will grow in value and bring you value too. So if you like the sound of that, please do consider subscribing. So there you go. That's Covalent. I've been Cal. This is Crypto Crazy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.